Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the second episode of this season of FNL. Today, I'm here with an exclusive interview of the Chicago cast. So if you guys could introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your character or your role in the musical.
Thank you.
So I'm Jack Graham, and I play Billy Flynn. He's the lawyer who's trying to prove Roxy's innocence in the play.
I'm Anna Maria. I am co-directing the play with Miss Allen. That's about it.
I'm Millie and I play Velma. So she's kind of like Roxy's foil in a way. It's like the opposing character, and their friendship/rivalry is kind of what pushes the show forward. So yeah.
And how has the experience been so far?
Chaotic.
Expand?
Well, we've been working very hard with choreographing and the acting. So far, we've only got half of it, but that is enough that we need so far.
It's more than usual.
It's more than usual.
You guys are in the middle of a rehearsal right now.
Yes, we are actually upstairs. Miss Allen is choreographing. We both reached for the gun. Spoiler alert.
Wow. And Anna Maria, how has it been directing again?
It's been fun. I feel like I've come into this role with a bit more experience. But I'm having a great time. It's different, as this year being a musical and last year not being a musical. But I'm having a great time. I'm enjoying myself. I hope they are enjoying
it's
me
great.
directing.
Love it. And actors, what are you most excited about performing? Like, what scene?
Personally, I'm a big fan of We Both Reach for the Gun. I do get to just sit there and sing, but I'm not a big dancer, so it's going to be one of my favorites.
I mean, Velma's big number is kind of at the beginning of the show, all that jazz. I'm looking forward to that one. It's got obviously great choreography from Anna Maria. And yeah, I think it's going to be fun because we've never done a musical before at the high school. So I think starting with such a like well-known classic show is going to be really cool. And yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure on that first scene, but I think it's going to be fun anyway.
I think you'll do great. So you said you only have half of it choreographed. But out of the fact that you... Is that wrong?
We're in the process of choreographing the first half.
Right, okay. Out of the things you haven't choreographed, what do you think is going to be the most difficult to learn or choreograph?
Well, Millie has a song that relies like 90% on dance.
Yeah.
And it's just her on the stage. So that is going to be a challenge.
I mean, I like to think I can sort of dance. So it should hopefully be fun, but definitely like tricky, and to not make it too like cringy as well, because it's like these passages of kind of like vaudeville backing accompaniment, and then I just have to like, it's not ad-libbing, but I don't know, unless you're gonna have me ad-lib. I hope you don't have me ad-lib. But yeah, we can hopefully make it pretty fun and the audience will enjoy it too, but yeah.
Okay, and, oh my god, hold on. Can you tell us a bit about your character? This is a bit out of order, but anyway. How do you relate to your character? I know this doesn't apply to you, but for this one, I'm just going to have you pick your favorite character in the show, in the musical. How do you relate to them?
Well, you guys can go first.
Personally, I relate to Billy Flynn as, he's pretty smart. And also...
How are your grades?
Let's not go there. But he's also very into money, which I respect as someone who buys things myself.
Yeah, fair enough. Velma's kind of an interesting character because she does have a bit of an evolution over the show. Not as much as Roxy, we see more of Roxy's kind of evolution. And the show kind of has a bit of an interesting moral, I think, as well, about like corruption in the legal system and about just like how we respect the arts and like justice and how much of justice is really a show. So we see Velma kind of go through that realization, and she's kind of maybe the character that brings it more down to earth. I mean, obviously there's Amos and he really grounds the show, but like I think Velma, in opposition to Roxy, like while Roxy's really riding this high life with Billy, Velma's maybe like struggling a bit more, and I find that interesting to see. I'm not necessarily sure that I relate to her in that aspect, because I've never been obviously accused of murder before, but yeah, she's definitely an interesting character to play.
Have you
I'm
picked a
gonna have
favorite
to
yet?
Give my answer now. I like both of these characters very much. I also relate to the shopping. I do. I too spend a lot of money. But I like right now in this moment of life, I also relate to Velma's like down to earth situation. We are seniors. We are therefore applying to college.
Oh my
And
god.
You applied
I
today.
applied today.
Did you really?
Yeah, I sent some stuff off. And so just having that like moment of realization that that is what's going on right now, and that after this year we will be wherever, that like hold, I relate to Velma. Sure.
Yeah, it's kind of a, maybe this is a bit extreme for our situation, but for Velma, it's kind of like a disintegration of like all of her life, slowly. All that
you never
progress
know.
she made.
You
Yeah,
never know.
maybe she'll rise from the ashes later on.
Hopefully for us it'll be the opposite.
Yes.
And what is your character's biggest flaw?
So while I do relate to it, the obsession with money and lack of care for other people might just be a bit of a flaw at times.
Possible.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, because most of the like main characters in this are quite superficial, shallow, like only interested in appearances. So I definitely say that's a flaw for Velma, but I think she kind of realizes that throughout the show. But yeah, you'll have to
Perhaps.
come and watch.
Perhaps murder? Is that a flaw of Velma?
He had it coming. What can I say?
Andrea?
Huh?
Have you picked a favorite yet?
No, I'm out of this question.
Okay, right. In that case, what choreography do you enjoy the most? Like you watching and you guys performing?
I am biased. I am in Cell Block Tango.
Oh,
Yes.
And so, no, but I really, like, we had a lot of fun choreographing that. And I think just having Miss Allen in
Her
the
reactions are the
vicinity
best.
when we were
So embarrassing.
choreographing. For those of you who will come watch, it is quite a surprise. Brace yourselves.
You can come watch on the 28th, 29th, and 30th of January.
Yes.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yes.
But it is quite a out there number. And so I think...
Not just a number, the whole show.
But that number specifically, and I think just having Miss Allen there when we were going over it and her input, I found was very entertaining and just made the choreography for me.
Speaking of Miss Allen, what is Miss Allen's current mental state?
Deteriorating, I'm afraid, I think.
What's the percentage?
She's at a solid like 90% so far, though. So
That's
far.
nice. What's
We haven't had a weekend rehearsal yet, so we'll see.
We have one coming up soon.
Next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's the projection for the night before performing?
I think someone will be sick. At least one person will be sick.
Yeah, we had that last
Yeah,
year.
we had that
Yeah.
last year.
I was sick. That was
Oh.
me.
You actually made it to the performance, though.
I did manage that, but I was like, there was a question of whether or not I was going to be able to physically speak.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone's going to forget the choreography.
Oh my
100%. That's a given.
In the past, I would have said that the director would cry, but like, I think you're too like level-headed for that. You're calm, you know.
Cry happy tears or stress?
No, stress tears.
Right.
Stress tears. That's been
That's
a.
more likely.
That's been a.
Oh, are you gonna cry happy tears?
We'll see. That depends on them.
Thanks. No pressure.
No pressure.
Then.
What's the cast's current favorite song? What's the song that everyone's gonna be singing backstage while it's performed?
I have heard so far a lot of All That Jazz. But
Yeah, whenever I hear
yeah.
it, I start singing it too, and then I'm like, wait, this isn't my song.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
would have said
yeah.
"Reach for the Gun" because it
That's-
went
it
viral
is
on
pretty
TikTok.
fun.
So I like.
Oh,
you-
yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I have heard the cast members go around the school being, oh yes, I'm so it's addictive.
Is it slowly getting to you?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be singing it in your sleep?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm not even in it. I don't even sing it.
Okay, moving away from musical oriented. If the whole cast and crew were stranded on a deserted island, who would die first and who would be eaten first?
Okay.
I don't like personally because I only go to the rehearsals that I'm called to usually because I have so much homework otherwise. So I'd say I only like properly know like 75% of the cast.
Me too.
I know a lot of them from previous
You're the
years, though.
director.
Yes, but I know them on a theatrical level, not on a emotional and soul level.
If need be, I'd be willing to bite the bullet and sacrifice myself for the
Oh,
sake
How
of the
kind
project.
of you.
Based on like people that I currently know, I'd say Anna Maria would definitely be the leader. I think that I would try and like build something and then get lost in the jungle. And then I think Jack would like have a phone but forget about that until the like last minute.
Oh, guys, I'm late. I can call for help. And
Yeah.
like, what? The entire time? Sorry.
Okay, well, what about if it's the cast of like characters in the musical Stranded on a Deserted Island?
That's a good question. Amos.
Oh,
Amos.
Amos. Oh
Amos
dear.
would die. Poor guy. Or people would just forget that he's there.
Yeah.
He'd be
People-
left behind when the
he'd be
escape
left-
happened.
Yeah,
Oh,
he'd be left
yeah.
behind.
He'd start his own life on the island.
I
you
think
know?
he'd enjoy it though.
Maybe.
He wouldn't be being rejected, but he wouldn't be with anyone.
Well, there's no one to be. There's no one to reject him.
Exactly.
Billy would go after whoever gave him the most food.
Yeah.
He wouldn't go out to get food, but he'd go with whoever
No,
got
he'd
food.
figure out how to
Yeah, absolutely.
make people get him things.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
just live the high life on the island. He'd have a coconut with a little umbrella in it. No one knows where the umbrella came from, but he has it.
I think Velma would try so desperately to get off the island that she started to like really annoy people and like I don't know, you know when you're really trying to do something and you're the only thing you can focus on and everyone else is just trying to sleep and you're like yapping about how can we get off the island? I think that's what Velma would do.
I agree.
So perhaps she would be killed first.
No.
No.
She's too powerful for that.
Yeah, I think people like respect her, but like they don't really like her. I
Right.
think.
But they respect her enough not to kill her.
Similar genre of question. In a fight, I'm gonna need you to pick a favorite character for this one before I do the question.
Oh my god. Well, you know, I'll pick Roxy because I'm with these
Okay,
two.
Yeah.
great. In a fight, who wins out of your three characters?
Not Billy. He's never killed anyone. He'd try, but fail.
He'd bribe them probably.
Yeah, he'd try everything but fighting first.
I think Roxy might do it on accident.
Yeah, I think she would win. She's more
Yeah.
aggressive than Velma.
She is. She's more feisty.
Yeah. Velma's like steady and then she snaps. Roxy's just like I mean,
All-time
this
peeve.
is this like a really bad comparison, but she's kind of like a chihuahua. You know those
She
little dogs
is.
that are like yap yap yap.
Except with the actual power to kill someone.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Aside from your character, who would you like to play in Chicago?
Go on.
Oh, I don't know.
Curious.
Well, I auditioned for Billy, so clearly there was a character I preferred. I could sell for Amos. I think I could sell the really sad and lonely and really just wishes his wife would love him more character.
Are you pulling from yourself?
No, I'm pulling from my past character experience. Oh, a lot of husbands in bad relationships. So
Past character, you were, what's his face?
I was the baker and
You were the
yeah.
baker.
and the
Wow.
butler as well. So
And the butler.
Barrymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Velma is such a fun role to play. You've got some great songs. Velma or Roxy, they've really got their times to shine.
I auditioned for Roxy initially, and I think it's interesting for me to play Velma because I haven't played that kind of. She's kind of more mature. Not that Roxy isn't mature, but she is more like stable. She's not as like. So, I don't know. Like I did Miss Scarlet in Clue, which was a pretty like out there role as well.
In your ninth grade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
playing in the 9th grade, asking people about like sketchy photographs on stage is crazy, and like looking down. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So I think that Velma has like a lot of that side to her. So I guess that's some experience theatrically, and then I think like I'm used to, because I started acting quite young in a theatre group outside of school, and so I'm used to kind of being put in the younger roles or the less mature roles. Not like physically mature, but like, you know, the way that Velma is compared to Roxy, just like being able to keep your head and whatever. So Velma's definitely a new step, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I have one last question for you guys. I know, it's sad to say goodbye.
Deserve the gasp.
In any play, in any musical that is out there, what is your dream role to play?
I have such a good answer for this.
You can give it. I don't.
No, we will keep it to the end.
Oh, okay.
Go on.
I don't have one. I'm
You
thinking.
don't-
I'm thinking. Give me a moment.
I'm thinking too.
Okay,
Go on,
I guess
go
I'll
on.
go. I recently, over the summer, I discovered cabaret.
Oh.
You'd be...
The MC.
Oh, you'd be MC.
I would love to be MC.
I would have guessed Kitty. Oh, is she called Kitty? What's she called?
Sally Bowman.
Sally, there you go.
No, I would love to be MC. Like, he's such a funky person. And he's so, like, mysterious and everything. And he's got some great songs.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Cabaret is good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm jealous. That's a good answer.
I'm gonna steal it.
Yeah. So no one's ever said this before, but I personally would play MC in cabaret.
Oh my
Great
God.
songs, really funky guy, you know.
What an original answer.
I don't know. Like, there aren't very many roles for sopranos that are actually, like, interesting. Like, if you're a soprano, you're either... I mean, obviously I'm not playing there is no soprano role in Chicago, but, like, most
Miss
of...
Sunshine.
I'm not going to be doing opera on stage. But, like, they're usually, like, very ditzy and, like, they don't have any actual substance to them. So, I don't know. That's why I'm trying to go through, like, all of the roles that I could possibly play. But then if they're all annoying, then it's, like, all the roles ever. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't have to be from a musical. It could be from a play.
That makes it worse.
Okay.
I'd say Velma's pretty good. Let's just keep it with that, and we'll see where it goes in the future.
Jack?
I have been recommended. I didn't say this
Okay.
myself. I've been recommended
Okay.
to play JD from Heathers.
Oh.
Considered it. Not a bad idea. It's a very like cliche role to want to play though. So
I like that.
There's a reason it's a cliche.
Yeah, because it's good.
It's so
Mm.
good.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, actually, okay.
Okay.
you have an answer?
Yes, I do have an answer. Glinda, Wicked.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad you have an answer. But on that note, I'm afraid we have run out of time. So come watch Chicago on the 28th, 29th, and the 30th of January. They will have worked so hard on it, and I'm sure it will be absolutely amazing. I will be backstage doing lights myself, actually.
And we have a live orchestra this year. Please come and support them also. All students and Mr. Vasner and Miss Olsen and Miss Le Guin. And maybe Miss Hamilton or
Mr. Lowe?
Maybe.
Is Miss Stevenson getting involved this time?
maybe. There will be some staff involved.
It will be exciting. Okay, thank you for watching. Goodbye.